first finding out that I am going to be a father, I was truly excited. Beyond excited, actually. To the moment that my first son's mother was really sad. And it was like polar opposite. It was actually pretty awkward. And I ended up understanding her mindset was she didn't want to ruin my life. But truth be told, that was actually the beginning of my life. And that's how I kind of took it and placed it. And that was my mindset on the situation. And granted, things ended up not happening the way that I wanted. That to this day that I'm actually fighting for my boy. I ended up having the second chance with my second son, June, and that gave me that wonderful, beautiful opportunity to honestly embrace of being a father, So, win-wins there. My first son, Eli, I literally was more of a nervous wreck. He was born not breathing, and it was a situation he had to be in the NICU for up to 2.5 weeks. And as we were in there, or when he was born, and truly he had to fight for his life, and he won. So to me, clarify all the situation, my first son is my hero. No matter how you end up looking at it, he ended up taking diversity from the beginning, and he ended up adapting and came out stronger than he's supposed to. So that's a win-win right there. And my second one, like I said, it ended up rebirthing a new person, and that's myself, I can say. Gave me life. When something gets taken away, I was in a dark place, and June was the miracle child that brought me all the way back. I want them to grow up to be someone better than me. Like, I didn't have the best life of growing up, and granted that I'm fighting for them to honestly have that life, and I want them to understand anything and everything they do or put their mind to, they can end up doing. I want them to have that drive, that work ethic, that mindset to be great at anything and everything that they're doing. If one wants to become a gardener, I want them to be the best gardener in the world. If another one wants to end up flying planes, I want him to be the Denzel that flies planes without being drunk. Like getting back into my first son's life, I can definitely tell you that it's hard and it's still ongoing. It's a situation that I honestly deal with. It's a pain that automatically sits with me, and again, it comes back to being my second son that ends up bringing me clarity of situations as will be okay. It's a battle. No matter how you end up floating or looking or what direction that you end up looking, it's a battle, and it ends up coming down to the moment that it's a battle that will not be won until he's in my arms. If I was able to get a message out to my son, and right now it would just be to tell him that I love him, and I'm still fighting to be in his life. The bond between me and June, I end up saying it's a miracle. It's automatically beautiful. It's amazing, and it's one of those situations like you want to honestly record everything that ends up happening around us. And granted, I feel like I still do it, but I don't feel like I do it enough. Just the fact is in me knowing that he's going to grow up probably doing the same thing that I'm doing, and it's going to be the fact is in him smiling, because every time I end up shadow boxing him, just sitting there staring at me, it's a win right there. What I want my kids to take from what I'm doing in life is that I'm doing something that I love and that I enjoy. I want them to honestly sit there and say, my dad's doing something that he wants to do in life, that he fought for, and he honestly is pushing to make us or place us in a better life or a better position of what they're trying to do or what we want to do. So, obviously, I want them to smile every time that they see their dad at work. And a black father, it's automatically pride, it's power, strength. No matter how you end up flipping the coin, I want it to honestly be the king of the jungle. If you want to go ahead and sit there and take that in that turn. At the moment, like the lion pride, this is a black pride. And this is something that's honestly beautiful. At the end of the day, that's what we end up showcasing and placing on the world, that black fathers or strong fathers and their fathers that are actually in their kids' lives. And there will always be. How it looks for me to balance my pro career, family, truth be told, it's not that hard. As long as you end up doing what you end up loving and making the funds for it, I believe it's easily set. As long as you're honestly trying to do something for your family and they honestly respect it, then that's automatically a team. As strong as your man is, as strong as the lady is, and the kid will automatically follow. They end up looking up to both parents, not just one. What I think of the word legacy for me and my family, as long as the work that I'm putting in today ends up pushing on to the next generation, I end up sitting there saying that's honestly amazing again. Reality is what I want to honestly have the name Ewell carry on from generations to generations. To the moment that I want it to be on that same pedestal as Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, and great fighters from then and to this day, as in like Mayweather. I want a legacy that ends up pushing. So legacy definitely does push into a direction that we want. And that's a family thing. What it means to me personally not to be a weak daddy, it means everything. We got to be strong. We got to have the mentality to automatically live and push. We got to end up having strength. And then at the same time, if someone else is calling a daddy weak, they don't even understand and just the factors in the place that they honestly are at and where they got to and how they got there. And at the end of the day, I don't mind be calling a weak daddy, truth be told. Because I already know a weak daddy means strength. I know a weak daddy means strong. I know a weak daddy means we're there for our kids and there for the family and going to do anything and everything that we need to automatically make sure that they're okay. So, weak daddy means pride to me.